goats and stands, tea sippers, cringe queens, key smashers, doom scrollers, crushers of poop tube, uncaptured bots, all ye who call themselves fam, hear my words, answer my text, peep my meme for a moment must be taken undigitally, guts to guts, I to IRL, NGL, IMO, IYKYK. For today is the most glorious and virtuous, spiritual and sublime day. We must rise our fucking faces from up thine screens and join in dazzling meat space together in fellowship with drink and song. Ring the bells, lads! Unfurl the tapestries. Throw open the sashes, for 'tis a grand day. Arise! Arise, ye warriors! Paladins, monks, priests, evokers, demon hunter to death knight. Alliance or horde matter not today. For now, right now, we all of us, are playable characters today. For it is a triumphant day, a splendid day. Yeah, it's suddenly 50 degrees out when it was 80 degrees yesterday, until a fucking dust storm blew through Chicago like Cthulhu chugged sand and blasted ass across the plains just to let us know he was still out there and displeased. But 'tis still a week to be celebrated. Raise your glasses to thine face holes and buff ye yourselves with drink, and we may all shine in arcane brilliance. Cast your intimidating shouts, and the earth will tremble in fear effect, for a hero was born today. Gather round, noobs, for the tale must be told. 'Twas 20 years ago today, this very week, whence a dozen noble guildmates first gathered in a righteous and most formidable AoE fear rotation. In the Hall of Binding, deep within upper Black Rock Spire, where we lay our scene. Oh! 'Twas a dark night, a black night. A cursed and foul air hung about the stones and masonry of the hall. Just beyond the door lie the rookery, and within was guarded by dragon spawn, and a bevy of dragon egg, within each a ruthless dragon whelp, hungry and champing to suck the marrow from the bone of any got too close. To peek within would be folly, to enter would be death, but be not afeared. Nay, for glory was near. Our guild, yea, a light shine shoneth. For with them was the hero of whom I speaketh, and to whom we drinketh toeth. Once the devil's math had been done, a plan had been hatched. Our hero's bloodlust grew fierce and impossible to slake. The odds against them, hope was feeble and frail, limping and crawling to its grave. It is said and written that the hardest part of life is the waiting. Patience be a cardinal virtue. And this our hero was challenged and laden by the horrors of composure and poise, humility and precaution, steady study and measure. Oh, 'twas a burden indeed. Whilst the others braced and discussed the strategy, our hero, barbarous and untamed, tired of the preparations, could handle the virtue of which I spoketh of no longer. In a moment, seared into the rock of legend, he drew up his sword, wet his knees in sprint, and howled his victory cry into the hall, charged into the rookery, his guildmates looking on in horror, crying out in surprise. The raid had begun, and as expected, the eggs burst, the whelps drew breath, the spawn charged into rage, swords were bent, shields were shattered, and everyone fucking died. And yet the cry, the roar lived on, the sound of it charging fearless madness of the glorious final moment of that. And all war to come into the ear canals and veins of any has the glory to live a defeat and unleash a final noise, a last rite that will never die, that will live immortal. For it is still heard to this day, if you but listen to the walls. And all warriors from then on woot cry in battle. And it shall be honored and remembered for all time, Ed, throughout the landed. And 'tis today and to here and to now that we raise our glasses and remember it well in each other's magnificent faces. For it was 20 years ago, this 11th of May, that first and final was heard the battle cry that forever shall be remembered of Leeroy Jenkins. If you are confused right now, that's probably because you are of a certain age or style that never got the chance or missed the opportunity or just didn't fucking dig World of Warcraft. But no doubt you know what it means when you yell Leeroy Jenkins. So back in 2005, when tracksuits, statement belts, and bohemian chic ruled the land, V for Vendetta and Constantine and Batman Begins had begun in the theaters. YouTube was only 3 months old, having been forged into existence on Valentine's Day by 3 former PayPal employees, and yet not released to the public until December that year. So your favorite mass addiction viral videos were regulated to computer labs, humor sites like eBombs World and Consumption Junction, and other internet forums that also did porn. Like, for instance, the dancing baby that terrified anyone who was watching Ally McBeal in 1998. By the way, the dancing baby, aka Baby Cha-Cha, aka sk_baby.max, was created back in 1995 as a demo for a 3D graphics program, and it survived on CompuServe forums until 1998 when it appeared on Ally McBeal, thus becoming one of the first viral videos in your history, humans. Write it down! In 2005, you'd already lived through Peanut Butter Jelly Time in 2002. That song, by the way, is by the Buckwheat Boys, in case you got trivia tonight. The Star Wars Kid in 2003, and We Like the Moon. That's the one with the 2 floating chinchillas with human mouths and hats that would eventually go on to become a Quiznos ad. Seriously, write this shit down. Know your history. It's important or you're gonna fuck it up again. Anyway. 2005, you had Charlie the Unicorn, Boom Goes the Dynamite, Lazy Sunday from Saturday Night Live making the rounds. Not to mention, you'd already survived both Ringu and The Ring, which were doing memes before they were cool. Take notes! Do you even know where you are right now? And World of Warcraft was only a year old. Massive multiplayer online role-playing games, MMORPG on the street, have been around since the Isle of Kesmai in 1985. But MMORPGs with graphics came around 1991 with Neverwinter Nights, but they didn't reach across the school hall from within the locker it was stuffed into to thems that did the stuffing, quite like World of Warcraft did. And if this is getting a little too TED Talky, geek-tastic, nerdly info dump for you, get shit on! So, World of Warcraft at peak had 12 million subscribers and grossed $9 billion by 2017, making it one of the highest grossing video games of all time. But what matters is that even if you never played, you know what I mean when I say World of Warcraft. That's how popular it was. But anyway, back in 2005, when it was only a year old, a few pals got together and created the guild Pals for Life. A rating guild, by the way, for those of you tuned the fuck out, is something in-game where you can group together and make big moments in the game a lot easier and get a lot more shit out of it as well. And fucking socialize so your mom gets off your ass about making friends, what you're doing, and you're talking to each other whilst raiding mad dungeons for fat coin. God! So, this guild, Pals for Life, is going to raid this room called the Rookery, and it is notorious for having a shit ton of enemies, and one of the Pals for Life is named Leeroy, and he was played by Ben Schultz, is his real name, by the way, was heating some chicken in the real world whilst other gamers were planning this raid. He comes back having heard none of it and yells, "Okay, chumps, let's do this," before battle crying his name into infamy. Cannonball runs into the room, gets everybody killed, his teammates yelling, "God damn it, Leeroy," before ending with the immortal words, "At least I have chicken." This spectacular biff heard round the world of Warcraft was recorded and uploaded to a vid-sharing site. Remember, YouTube was just born and not walking yet, called Warcraft Movies, and it instantly racked up millions of views. It got so fucking popular that Family Guy, Jeopardy, How I Met Your Mother, The Daily Show, even fucking Representative Jared Huffman from California tweeted back in 2023, quote, "I will continue doing my Leeroy Jenkins impersonation until House Republicans stop nominating 6-time loser Kevin McCarthy for Speaker. I'm not bluffing." It was so fucking baked into the World of Warcraft that Blizzard, who makes the game, created the character quest and an in-game NPC, which is a non-playable character if you're going to make that face about it, of Leeroy Jenkins that Ben Schultz himself got to voice. And to this day, if you listen on the wind by any public pool, you might just hear a psychotic child yell, "Leeroy Jenkins," before diving face first into the shallow end like a dumbass. A battle cry of impatience, a war howl of incompetence, And until 2017, it was the truest of all internet vids because of the sheer joy you got seeing this guy completely fuck it up for everyone. But in December of 2017, it was revealed and confirmed to the public that it was, in fact, a lie. More specifically, it was fake. The vid was staged and rehearsed a few times, though it made the actual game. They used the game. It's a type of machinima, which is a digital animation that uses in-game footage to keep up. If I have to hear about everything that's wrong with the new season of The Last of Us, then you're going to go with me on this fucking journey. The creators confirmed that they created the video by releasing the first attempt that they filmed as an effort to raise awareness about net neutrality back when we had hope. But even I didn't know that it was fake until today. I was today years old when I found out that the most classic of human hollering was a fucking performance piece and not a gut reaction to being hangry and bored at a meeting. Even the most professional adults of yours and any species has had the impulse to Leeroy Jenkins a Zoom call, a lecture, probably this room right now because you just realized it's Saturday and the sun finally came out. So get thee gone, humans, into the good weather, but do it responsibly. Take a lesson from my tale, noobs. Know your history and stick to the plan. And remember what happened 20 years hence. Drink to the memory. And don't forget to like and subscribe. I love you. Good night.
Regular students, Machete knows that one and only Cat the Bird.
Nailed it.